Hello, everybody. This is Swati recording from Los Angeles. You will be watching this at 7 p.m. in Los Angeles on August 29th. We talked about the neuroscience, how neuroscientific studies show that our brain can actually change its structure when we are meditating. There are ways in which our brain is actually adjusting itself, reducing its anxiety, and doing stress reduction, and all these kinds of cool effects. Now, these are not the only thing. There's one other very important factor about mindfulness meditation that I would like to talk about today. And that also, in a way, is supported by neuroscientific studies. It's about how we solve problems. We are all going to have some problem or the other that we may be facing, and we need to look for solutions. Now, long term meditators, mindfulness meditators, report that the way they solve problems is probably more based on intuition. It's more about getting insights, having those aha moments. That's how they report they start solving problems. I can tell you based on my own experience that my problem solving style has definitely changed. I work with people. And whenever I work with people, a lot of my clients will tell you one thing I do tell them always is there is a solution. No matter how difficult the problem seems like right now, there's always a solution. The solution is there. You have to look for it. Or sometimes it just comes to you. Wait for the solution to show up. The insight or the aha moment of the solution comes. Meanwhile, you keep thinking about the problem. You keep whatever analysis you want to do about the problem, you can do it, but at the same time, let your intuition and let your creative problem solving skill come up. Any problem in life, it's not like a mathematical problem where there is a fixed solution. A lot of times there are more than one solutions. So when they talk about creativity or creative problem solving, what they talk about is if, let's say, you have one thing on your hand, and if you want to solve it, can you generate more than one solution? For example, let's say you are given a box and you are asked to tell us the uses of the box. Now, there are a lot of ways in which a box can be used, and a people and anybody can come up with not just one or two, but 20 ways to use a box. But it's the frequency, it's the number of times, as well as the quality of the way a box can be used. That's what will decide how creative you are. For example, somebody may say, oh yeah, box, it can be used to store clothes, it can be used to store shoes, it can be used to store papers, and all these things. Yeah, so you can go on and on. You can have 20 uses of the box, but it's not that creative. But some people may say a box can be used to create art, or a box can be used sometimes to create toys for kids, or to create Legos by painting on it. There are a lot of different ways in which people can use a box. You can use it as a litter box for your pets. You can use it for transportation. You can use it for so many different things. So that's an example of how one problem can be solved in a lot of different ways. So solution exists, we want to get to it. So this creative problem solving or the creativity that we are talking about, as I said, long-term meditators do report this. For example, Steve Jobs, in his biography, Isaacson's big biography, he discusses how meditation helped him to come up with creative ideas. He attributes his creative problem solving or solutions to his meditation, long term meditation practice. He was, by the way, a well known long term meditator. Now, because of that, or because of wondering about long term meditators reporting certain things, there have been a few studies to test if this really is true that by meditating, can you actually become a more creative problem solver? So there are a couple of specific studies that I think are very interesting. These studies came out of Leiden University in Netherlands. So in this study, what they talk about is, first study shows that long-term meditator, their brain structure is different, or the way they solve problems is different. Then the second study actually compares long-term meditators with novice meditators. Now that's an interesting thing for us. So what they show is the creativity tests before and after for novice meditators actually shows increase in this creative problem solving. And guess how much training these novice meditators get? They get only twice and 40 minutes each, and that's it. And even within those kinds of even within that training, their creative problem solving went up. So these are very encouraging signs. It kind of supports one something that is already known. Now, as you know, a lot of businesses are already adopting mindfulness meditation practices. Google is one of them. And Google has a position called Jolly Good Fellow. And I want to show you a slide from a presentation that I do presentation workshops and presentations. So one thing I did do is about innovative problem solving. And I want to share this slide from it. So as you can see, Google's Jolly Good Fellow, they have a position called Jolly Good Fellow, is a Vietnamese engineer called Meng. And Meng, this is something I want to read out to you. Meditation at Google isn't just about silence or stillness. It is about cultivating a certain attitude that changes how we see so-called intractable problems and so-called problem people. So I have highlighted intractable problems because that's what I have been saying, that problem may be difficult, but the solution exists. And how do you get to the so-called intractable problems? How do you solve it? And that is one way in which meditation practice will be useful for you. The other aspect is the so-called problem people. Now, problem people is, again, at work, we are all going to have people or teams where somebody will not be doing the work, or they may not be pleasant to deal with, and you will have to know how to interact with them. And as I said, interpersonal relationship, that is another aspect of meditation that is a well-known aspect. Empathy increases, as well as we have been doing the gratitude and loving kindness meditations. And that is going to also help you to put up with or know how to deal with difficult feelings at difficult people at work. Now, problem solving is one thing. Just want you to be aware of another thing. Solution exists, but the time frame is not decided. You can't plan that I must get the solution in 2 days. I have to have it right now. That is a little bit hard. When you meditate in a certain way, and I've been saying insight falls into your lap, there is no guarantee when that's going to happen. And for that purpose, you do want to get used to patience and waiting it out. Now, what type of meditation actually gives you insights or create or increases your creativity? Now, of course, whatever meditation, mindfulness meditations we have been doing, those are great, and that they are already going to make you train you into focus and concentration. That is always the first step towards going more towards more advanced meditations. So there are two types of meditations. One is focused attention meditations. It's called FA meditations, focused attention meditation. That's what we have been doing. Those are the type of mindfulness meditations we have been doing. And then there are what's called open monitoring or open awareness meditations. Open awareness meditations, you don't decide that I'm going to focus on one part, like either breath or body or this one thing. That's what I'm going to focus on. You don't decide that. You open up your attention and you let things come to your attention. Whatever comes, you notice that. It could be a feeling, it could be a thought, it could be a body sensation. Whatever comes in your attention span, you notice that. We are going to get more into open awareness meditations, but you have to postpone it till tomorrow. Today, I just want you to be aware that open meditation, OM, open monitoring meditation, are supposed to be specifically related to this creative problem solving. Most of the time, the way meditations are done, it's a combination of both. You will also pay attention to something in a focused way, and then you will open up your attention and allow things to fall into your attention span. So it's a combination of both. But before we get into actually learning about open awareness meditations, I also want to tell you that feeling awareness meditations are also just as important. They fall more into this open awareness meditation realm. They are a little more advanced. It's hard to pay attention to feelings unless you know how to focus and concentrate on one thing. And then feelings are more loose. Feelings, it's not like there's one point where you are focusing. And so feeling awareness again gets paying attention to feelings. That's also, I can kind of say that it is type of OM meditation, which also can be insightful. So we'll get into that tomorrow. As far as today is concerned, I want to do a meditation with you, but before that, I also want to mention one neurological factor. There are type of waves in our brain called gamma waves. They're very high frequency brains. So they were not even known till almost recently. They were not known um, because of their high frequency. They were not so detectable. But now we know the existence of gamma waves. They are called whole brain waves because they integrate all different parts of the brain. And when you meditate, when meditators, when scientists watch brains of meditators, long-term meditators, they see gamma wave increase, they see gamma wave spike. And that also is related to the blissful feeling that you get sometimes. As you meditate more and more, or it may have already happened to you, sometimes you get this blissful feeling because the me center is shrinking and the connection with the universe is increasing. And so for that reason, just remember that gamma wave spike is the way you feel the blissful feeling. By the way, the reason I'm mentioning gamma waves today is because when people do creative problem solving, whether it is through meditation or something else, but when they do come up with that aha moment, that Newton's or apple falling aha, or eureka moment, or any in our regular life, there may be kind of a moment. When a human brain experiences that moment, there is just few seconds before that, neuroscientists notice a gamma wave spike. So gamma wave spike is also related to the creative problem solving, as well as meditators report, not they don't report, they report blissful feeling, but neuroscientists notice gamma wave spike. Now, are these two gamma wave spikes exactly the same? Are they related? That is not absolutely clear, but it is interesting that gamma waves is what you get higher of when you are meditating. So right now, let's get into a meditation of your choice, because open monitoring will postpone it till tomorrow or maybe day after tomorrow, depends. But right now, let's do a meditation of your choice. Think about which meditation you would like to do with me, and let's get into that. We have so far done breath awareness meditation, which is again a focus, attention, concentration meditation, body awareness meditation, either different parts of the body or the whole body scan. That's also focused attention meditation. And then we have also done meditations of where you pay attention to the light that you feel is falling in your body, and again you pay attention to different parts of your body. So all these are again focused attention meditations. We have also done meditations to create certain positive feelings by using standard mindfulness meditation practices. We get a little bit more into creating certain kinds of feelings like loving kindness, compassion, gratitude, self-compassion. So choose any one of these meditations to do and just meditate with me right now. And when you are meditating, just remember, I will let you meditate for as long as you can. When the time comes, I will be gone, but you can stop your meditation when you feel ready to stop. My job is going to be to actually tell you to pay attention, to be mindful again if your mind is wandering around. So close your eyes and breathe in and breathe out. Take a few deep breaths first. Take a few deep breaths. Breath in and breath out. And pay attention to the breath. And now start meditating with the meditation of your choice. And bring your attention back to whatever you were deciding to meditate on. If your mind is wandering around, this is the mindful moment. So come back. Bring your attention back to where you started, what you had decided. A mindful moment.